Developer never knows what the audience truly wants without actually getting feedback from said audience. To the dev room. But first, let's hear from our sponsors. Today's episode is sponsored by GhostszMusic.com, the only place for developers to learn how to create their own video games, be better developers, as well as have a greater understanding and dialogue about being a better developer. So today I wanted to talk about getting feedback as an indie developer. It's one of the most important things that we actually can utilize underneath our belt. Some people actually are taking offense to this whenever you tell them that you need to take feedback. It's not that that you're subjecting yourself to criticism. Yes, you do to some degree, but the point of it is actually getting feedback from your audience to allow you to grow as a developer and make better products. You can do this in a handful of ways. One of the biggest things that I've done to actually utilize feedback, or even just gaining just some sort of feedback, was a couple years ago. I actually went to an event where I got to showcase World Defender for the first time, and people got to play it on this little cheapy Android box that I bought with an Xbox 360 controller. It wasn't something really fancy. It was literally something that I put together in a matter of a couple days. Made a demo for it, was actually playable within that event itself, and people gave me really positive feedback. Yeah, I did have a couple people that were like, well, this is more like a retro game and it's not something that I'm actually particularly fond of. But there were some people that were finding some of that old school aesthetic from the Atari 2600 days actually positive, and they were like, well, this game reminds me of my childhood, this reminds me of games that were more simplistic, I really enjoy this. And with that process, I learned that some people want the game to start off slow and ramp up getting faster, and then other people were like, well, one steady consistency of speed that you actually have set for the game is perfectly fine. I even found out that one of the ideas that I actually scrapped, which was having specific kind of little AI tricks that the opposing player, or the computer, would actually enact, such as attacking, shooting bullets back at the player, having zigzag patterns, that sort of thing. People were actually into, as well as unlocking new characters. It didn't have to be much, but people were actually into this, and without actually being able to play test and getting some feedback, I would have never known this. These were ideas that I wanted to scrap because I wanted to make the game as little as possible so I can be able to produce the game. But knowing that my audience is actually asking for it helped me decide what I wanted to do with this game. And because of COVID, we don't have those avenues of going to a play crafting, or going to specific events, or even your local events for you to be able to play test. However, we do have the internet, and what you can always do to utilize playtesting is actually putting it on a website called itch.io, or you can put it on Newgrounds. You can host it on your own website. There are many places that you can actually put this up and have people give you feedback as they play the game. You can even incorporate your own analytics, where it will automatically tell you when you go to check it what was causing player death, how long they were engaging with the game. You can find out specific things about the game, and it gives you a greater sense of feedback, because not everybody is going to tell you 100% how they felt of the game. As one of my favorite rappers say, men lie, women lie, numbers do not. And there's different avenues that you can actually go take this to better utilize just getting feedback. You don't have to be locked in now the age of technology and the age of information to one specific platform or in a specific place. that is now set sail. We don't need that anymore. But with that one, I will love to hear what you guys are doing to get your game in front of eyes and get feedback. What are you guys doing to get that feedback? What places are you going to go get feedback? I would love to actually know that in the comment section below if you're watching YouTube, and or send me a message on Anchor, and I would love to hear it. Maybe in a future episode we'll actually put them in the episodes, and I'll answer as many questions or just hear from you guys. And with that one, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.